Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Pretty Aggressive. My name is Julia and I run Pretty Aggressive Recovery Coaching. I help people who have been raised with abuse, toxicity, low nurturing, or poorly bonded parenting learn how to thrive in their life, because simply surviving is bullshit. Today's episode is on my obsession with motivational speeches and how I got there. So anyone who kind of knows me a bit well knows that I'm a little bit obsessed with listening to motivational speeches. I listen to them in the shower, I listen to them while I'm driving, I listen to them while I'm working, and my girlfriend, since I moved in, has realized that I like to wake up to them on my Google Home alarm set as well. And she's actually gotten into them too, which is super awesome, and guess I'm staying. So the ones that I prefer the most, that I found the most effective and awesome that I connect with, are the ones created by Lionel Scott. He has a YouTube video channel as well as a Spotify channel, which is awesome. So I'm able to hand select the motivational clips and speeches that he puts together and make my own playlist to wake up to in the morning, which is awesome. He also has an Instagram page, Lionel Scott. He's great. He puts together clips based on content or topic, done by Andy Frisella, Jacko Wilnick, Tony Robbins, and people like Obama. He's got a great set. So the most interesting thing that I want to share with my viewers is that before I recovered from my childhood upbringing, damage, toxicity, and lack of guidance, lack of resiliency, was that motivational speeches didn't used to do shit for me. They did not help me. They would inspire me for a chunk of time, and then as soon as I would hit a block or hit a wall or fail, I would find my ass right back on the ground, digging up from nothing, feeling like I had accomplished nothing, feeling like I had made no headway. I would apply the theories and the principles and the ideas and the encouragement from motivational speeches to leveling up in my career, or trying to level up my education, or trying to take advantage of opportunities, or trying to get bigger, better ahead in life. And, you know, as someone who's raised with damage, you know that something happens, you hit a tripwire, and when you fall hard, and you remain at rock bottom for a while, because building back from that, you don't have the tools, you don't have the skill set, and someone telling you how to level up your life isn't exactly, it's not enough. And the reason that is because when we are raised with damage and we are raised with toxicity, and we are raised in a unloving, poorly bonded, or poorly guided childhood or youth, we are wired for failure. We are wired to malfunction. We are wired for dysfunction. And all of these skill sets of changing our failures to opportunities, building our self-confidence and self-worth, being able to get vulnerable and challenge ourselves and look at our flaws and admit to them, and then begin working on them openly, being able to ask for help, being able to form bonds and be honest with ourselves and other people, being able to get rid of our addictive habits or our dependencies and our codependencies. We are wired with a tripwire. When we fall hard. And those skill sets to build back quickly, resiliency, are not wired in us. We don't have that. So the biggest learning curve, the sharpest and best learning curve that I achieved during my journey of recovery was, instead of applying the principles and methods and tools and advice from these motivational speeches, instead of applying them to circumstances and applying them to goals and applying them to events in my life, I started to apply them to me. I began looking inward and applying perseverance and habit changes and not giving up and doing one more. All of these principles and foundation pieces that I needed to build myself as a person. Not build my life, not build my money, not build my home, not build my family, not build my relationship, not build my education. Build me. When I was able to start turning those principles of self-discipline inward to how I behaved and how I acted and how I thought about myself and how often I was able to keep promises to myself and just live my daily life as a better person, everything else got easier. I was able to think smarter and faster at work. I was able to manage my house better. I was able to be a better parent. I was able to have better relationships. I was able to have healthier boundaries. I was able to grow self-worth and self-confidence and self-esteem. Every single principle, method, discipline, advice that came from those motivational speeches that are meant for growing your stuff, if you turn that inward and you apply it to growing your emotional and mental health, you will start to level up everywhere else. We make the habit inside first, and then we start producing it outward. It was the most significant change I was able to make on my journey to recovery, because being wired in such a way where our damage does not allow resiliency, all of the advice given in motivational speeches is to help people build resiliency. But if you are raised with none in the first place, it's really hard to piece that together. It's hard to see past the fog of your damage to see clear enough to put those things together. And it was a struggle for me. I had to dig deep. I had to hit rock bottom before I would try anything and do anything to become a better person. And those principles and those methods and that methodology and those habit changes are out there. But if you are not raised with enough clarity in yourself to piece that together, then yeah, you're set for failure. And it sucks and it's hard. And when no one else is reaching out to help you change, life feels fucking brutal. So that's my give today. If you have tripwires, if you are built with damage, if you are wired with trauma and low bonding and low nurturing and abuse and toxicity, this is the most clarity I can offer, is the principles and methods offered in people's ways of optimizing their lives or becoming successful, either economically or financially or socially. Take those principles, parse them down, look at the different sections and start applying them inward. And that becomes my devotion for next week, is I will break down those pillars of emotional and mental and psychological success that I found, and I will outline them and I will deliver them back. They are all included in my book, Beyond Damage, the aggressive recovery from the toxic mother-daughter bond. And you can find that on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca. The links are on my website, prettyaggressive.net. And reach out to me. Let me know what you thought of the video. Share this if you think someone needs it. And put out into the world what you wish to see. Again, my name's Julia and I run Pretty Aggressive Recovery Coaching. I hope all of you are having an incredible and resilient weekend.